I now call this regular board meeting of July 22nd, 2025 to order. Frank, will you lead us in the pledge of allegiance, please?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem? Mr. Barajas?
Here.
Ms. Galnett? Here. Mr. Thornton?
Here.
Mr. Treehill?
Here.
Madam Mayor?
Here. Approval of the agenda with, I have some changes to make. We need to remove item A under new for utility worker. That will be moved to an executive session on the special meeting of August. I'll tell you just a minute. Of August 12th. Then I under new, remove item G. Motion to approve. Oh, no.
Motion to approve the agenda with the amendments read. July 22, 2025.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Rojas? Ms. Galvin?
Yes.
Mr. Thornton?
Abstain.
Mr. Trill?
Yes.
Approval of regular meeting minutes for June 27th, 2025.
On that number 11, have we heard anything on that Bryan Street?
You know what, Mr. Frank, tomorrow, the board had voted before to send a notice of either boarding it up or demolishing it. So tomorrow it will be inspected, pictures will be taken, and then we can send a letter addressing that issue with Mr. Drake.
What on that Dairy gas contract? Did they pay anything on that or?
No, I didn't get anything purchased on that yet, so.
Motion to approve.
Are we still on July 8th or are we on?
We are the regular meeting minutes for June 27th.
To approve the town meeting for June 27th, 2025.
Roll call.
Mr. Rojas?
Yes.
Ms. Galvin?
Yes.
Mr. Thornton?
Abstain.
Mr. Trill?
Yes.
Approval of meeting minutes for July 8th, 2025.
Zero to accept the town of regular meeting minutes for July 8th, 2025.
Roll call.
Mr. Rojas?
Yes.
Ms. Galvin?
Yes.
Mr. Thornton?
Abstain.
Mr. Trill?
Yes.
Donna Rodriguez.
everybody. I'm here before the town board because my five previous pleas have fallen upon deaf ears with our mayor. Exactly 11 months and 2 weeks ago, I was walking home from Ringo's when Erlinda approached me with information that my personal items, which were stolen from my residence, were now being held in the safe at Aguilar Town Hall. Over the past 11 months, I have repeatedly asked for my possessions to be returned to me. The main excuse I have heard is that the key to the safe is gone, lost, stolen, whatever. No one can get into the safe. I was told this past time, which was 2 months ago, that a locksmith was to be called and I would be asked to come in at that time, along with the sheriff's deputy to retrieve my possessions 2 months ago. At one point, this subject was brought up to the board, at which time it was stated that it was all worthless crap anyway, and we didn't have the money to hire a locksmith. Not my words, Linda's. I even gave the office girls, Linda, Stephanie, and Sarah, an out, just in case the previous occupant of town hall had helped themselves to my possessions. I asked them, through my lawyer, if they would, along with me, be present when the safe is opened, so they would all be above reproach if said objects were missing. This letter was in March. So, I don't care if you believe my stuff is worthless crap. It is my worthless crap. Mine. And I want it now. Therefore, this being Tuesday, I am now giving you until Friday noon. Get that locksmith who lives here in Aguilar. Call me to the office and put said worthless crap into his hands. I will no longer wait for you to decide to call a locksmith. I will no longer wait until you decide that the jewelry that belongs to my precious mother and bequeathed to me on her death 30 years ago is back in my hands. That worthless crap. I will no longer wait until the gun that was awarded to my husband by the Single Action Shooting Society for Excellence in Shooting is returned to him. Its sentimental value, all of these worthless crap objects are of great sentimental value, along with monetary value. And I have asked for them, I have waited for them. Now I insist that this be returned to me. No, I demand it, that they be returned to me. By noon Friday, July the 25th, 2025, if my personal property, my personal pieces of worthless crap are not returned to me, I am putting you and you and you and you and you and you and you on notice that I will seek legal counsel and use it. So, how about that revised Ken Torres contract? Have you guys seen it yet?
It's time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
In rebuttal to your comments, Donna,
Yes.
I don't appreciate you accusing me because I never made that comment because I didn't even know what you had. I was decent enough to bring it up to your attention. And then for you to accuse me at the park in your little group of stealing it, that's ridiculous. Another thing, Donna, we made an effort to call you numerous times. The town did, I did. And I have proof. The sheriffs were here. The locksmith was here. You never answered
I didn't get
our,
a call.
you never answered
I
it.
didn't get
I
a
have the
message.
floor, thank you.
I didn't get a message.
I have the floor, Donna.
Yeah, go ahead.
You had your time. Now, we tried numerous times, and we have a report from the sheriff's office. And I will get that for you. We tried numerous times to contact you, as we did bring in a locksmith. There was three sheriffs were there with us, Donna.
Where was I?
You never responded. So they have it on cam. They recorded it. We went in, we couldn't even find it, and then we found it. Everything is intact. It's never been touched. It's never been removed. Like a board member had said that it had been taken because he had proof from the previous marshal, which is not true. And I think that you, if you're gonna accuse me of saying stuff, you better have proof.
Then hand it to her.
And the thing,
Where is it?
you know what, Mr. Thorne, I have the floor, thank you.
Where is it?
You can pick it up tomorrow. If I can arrange for the sheriff to be here, I'm not gonna interrupt the meeting to go get it. But if the sheriff will come tomorrow, you can pick it up then and read them. Bruce was my witness. I didn't even use the girls to be witnesses because I didn't want them to be accused of anything. And therefore, I went, Mr. Trujillo went, and 3 sheriffs, and the locksmith.
I have a message on my phone. Did you leave a message? No.
I called the number that I have, and that's all I have to say. Okay, that's it. You can pick it up tomorrow. I'll contact the sheriff's department and see if somebody will come out around 10 o'clock. And we will give it to you then.
Was there a registered letter sent to the lady notifying her of this? She's the victim and you're yelling at her.
I'm not yelling at her.
Yes,
I
you
don't
are.
appreciate being called a thief, okay? And I
Yeah,
never
I didn't-
said
I
her
didn't hear-
something.
I didn't hear-
But then again, let me tell you, you weren't here last meeting, but I was told that they can't hear with the air conditioner, Mr. Thorne.
What do you mean, can't hear what?
When did I call you a thief?
I didn't hear it, I mean, so.
When you all were sitting across the street.
Oh, you've got a microphone out there?
Never mind how I found out, but you know,
Oh, so
Just like-
it was hearsay? It was hearsay?
say my hearsay, imagine
What
that.
hearsay?
Okay, we need to move on. Daner?
Hi,
Hello.
I understand, mine won't take long, but I understand that the possible deceit. My intent is the same as it was last night. So if there is a letter intent is
The
necessary.
microphone, so
Yeah, we can't hear you. Can you speak up, please?
Yeah.
Right here.
I'm interested in becoming,
Can you
part,
pick it up?
I'm interested in becoming part of the county. And the county council, if there is a seat that becomes open. And if there's a letter that is necessary, let me know. And, I see it on the bottom. And, if it's today or this week, yeah. Glad to do it.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
You bet.
And actually, the board will vote on accepting the letter of resignation and then publishing the letter of intent. So it'll be in the newspaper.
Okay.
But if you're still here, you'll when they, okay, thank you.
That's what I wanted to know about. Have you been making it to Bible study?
Committee report? Hello,
I'm sorry.
are you well rested?
Yes. I'm sorry I did not have a utility report this month. I took vacation and I didn't have time to fix it up. So
Give us your speech. Just tell us the first 3 weeks or 2 weeks, whatever it was.
well, let's see. Well, Peter Reed's Stephanie went to a class, 26th, did 8 hours of training up there. Basically, it's the same thing I do every month. Meters. Close the head gate, open the head gate. Did get Trinidad up here to certify me and changing out meters and regulators. That should be
For the gas department.
from the gas department. And that should be here tomorrow because they're gonna help us with the gas line that got hit. They're gonna be up tomorrow and then he's gonna bring the paperwork for that. I did get some training on changing out gas meters with them, at the gas department. Basically, that's it.
Okay.
I know we got the timers yesterday, right? Those get installed?
I have not installed it yet. The girls had told me just to hold off on that for now. But yes, whenever they pull the plug on it, I'll go change it.
And how's the reading for the water bill on that?
They're kind of up and down right now because of the way that the wells are. But, you know, the timers and stuff like that, we're having an issue, but there's nothing to worry about. We're at a safe level, so we're getting it under control.
So any idea when we're gonna get those timers installed?
We're kind of waiting right now. We're having issues regulating the chlorine. So until we get the chlorine regulated and it stays steady, then we'll have them get the timer installed and get pump one going again. So we're having a little bit of high reads today and yesterday.
Okay, if not, if there's any other questions?
How was your vacation? Good.
How are all the vehicles from the first good or?
Yes, all the vehicles are going good. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Project report. Phase 2 will be put out to bid by end of July. Phase 2 work will begin in August and will be paid from USDA grant. The water storage tank, there's been several meetings with CDPHE staff, and CDPHE came to Angular last week to give an update to the community along with a discussion of water rate increases and funding source that we are seeking to help pay for the project. And the Park and Wildlife Bear Grant, we met with Ringo's and Mercantile staff to go over bear-proof containers for their businesses. Angular will be getting new bear-proof trash containers for the parks. And on the lighting, we had a discussion with San Isabel on street lights cost for Angular, and they are sending out engineering staff to evaluate for Angular and help with grant funding to pay for the project of the lights.
Are these just lights on Main Street?
Yes, ma'am.
How come we don't have lights in the dark?
You know, but we don't have any public comment. That was earlier, Irma.
In your reading there, you said a couple of times we met. Who was we?
And I believe Stephanie also spoke with the engineers from San Isabel.
In these meetings, one of the meetings that I was here in the past, the council asked that a council member be present at these meetings. Was there another council member?
Nope, I wasn't.
Direction of the council was.
And Bruce was busy.
Direction of the town council was that there be a councilman present at these meetings, so Irvin will fix this problem. Pardon me, I did ask a question.
I'm not the only one here. They have the right to answer. You know, I can't answer why they're not at meetings. They,
A lot of times we're busy too, and then,
Are you invited?
I'll be short of, council members, you know,
But you're one of the councilmen that voted that this would happen.
yeah.
It's part of a check and balance, so no one has all of the
can
power.
you speak into the microphone, please?
Be happy to. That was a vote of the council, Ms. Baraha, that you voted on also.
When
And
did that vote on it?
it was 3 or 4 months ago
Oh,
that the vote came up because of the meetings that were being made between CDPHE, the mayor, and Ms. Forbes. Then we voted that another councilman be present at these meetings because that's the way it should properly be done. The system that we have for government is set up for a council, mayor, rule, but it's also designed so that no one person has all the power, all the authority, or all the information. This council voted that there be a councilman present at these meetings.
Okay, we'll address that. We'll take care of it going forward. Thank you.
And how? How are we going to address it?
We will have a council member, somebody from the council on there.
Thank you.
Office report. Thank you. Any questions on the report?
we haven't got anything on, Henrietta.
Has Andrea even tried calling?
I've called them every couple of weeks and I've just been told they're still working out in Rye. They're gonna get us on their schedule. So, I mean, I'm calling every couple of weeks just to check in, but so far I've not gotten a solid date of when they'll be out.
Anything else?
I have a comment, and I haven't really had time to study this, but on the operations of the office, I attempted to pick up this packet Monday through my wife, and she's been allowed to pick it up as long as I've been here over the last 3 years, and then all of a sudden she's no longer allowed to.
Yeah, there's confidential material in there that is only for board eyes. And so if the board wants, any council member wants their packet, then they need to pick it up.
And when did this change come in place? Monday, whenever I made the request?
No.
You think?
No, that's been on there, but you hadn't picked up a board packet, so it hadn't been enforced.
I haven't been here, so I don't need to pick up the book. Is that a council decision that my
No,
wife would
I've
be trusted
talked to
hand
several,
it
no,
out?
your wife is not on the board, Bernie. You are. So if you want your board package, you pick it up. There is confidential material in there. And that's for for board members only.
And
Thank you.
this is why, and you're welcome, but this is why I don't go in to pick it up, because it's always conflict, it's always threat of a lawsuit, just for me to look at the packet. If I put something on the agenda, we go to executive session, and then I get threatened with all kinds of lawsuits of these people. So why is it that to protect myself from a lawsuit, my wife can't pick it up?
No, if you wanted your board packet, you need to personally come in and pick it up.
And that's a fully harassing move.
It's a what?
Bullying, harassing
That's not
move.
bullying and harassing. There is stuff in the board packets that are sometimes listed confidential, and so that's for the board members only.
Okay, if there's something in there marked confidential, okay, make me pick it up. If it's not marked confidential, everything in this packet is.
You know,
open to
once the
public.
board has the meeting, then it can be shared with the public, but until then, it should be confidential.
It's still
Mr. Thornton.
public information, it's not confidential, it's open for the meetings. And if it's marked confidential, don't give it to her. If it's for a open to the public meeting, there's no reason to treat her like a criminal. or
Nobody
claim
treated,
that this is any more.
nobody treated her like a criminal, Vernon, you know that.
I called and asked,
Yes,
and I was asked if I was going to pick it up. My remark was, it may be me or my wife. I was told, okay. She gets up here and she treated respectfully, but she was told no.
you just said she was treated like a criminal.
I said, what you're saying is she can't be trusted with a
I
court
never said
packet
that,
of
Mr. Thornton. Don't be
non-confidential.
speaking for me, I didn't say that.
Have we got tape we can back up so that you could hear what you just told me?
I just said, if you're the board member, you want your board packet going forward, you pick it up.
All right, you're just making unnecessary harassment to a
That's
board member.
not a harassment, Mr. Thorne. That's a fact.
Thank you,
I don't send my neighbor to come pick up my board packet.
thank you.
Anything else on the office report? We'll move on to old business, sewer fund. Go ahead, Frank.
On that sewer fund, I called Chuck and we talked about it, about how much power we needed and, we're gonna kind of put it on hold for a while till we get more information on that solar beam that. Maybe by the next meeting, we'll have more information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ellen. What is the board gonna do with, Chuck's home repair? He put in that bid. Do you want us to wait or?
So he did two separate bids. One bid was to redo the electrical to put the 110 plug. But there's a second bid for him to replace the broken solar panel and then fix whatever electrical wires are wrong on the solar bee so that they don't jiggle and fall off. So that bid is in there. I didn't know if you wanted to maybe go
We didn't
forward.
have, how much power we were gonna need, coming off the poles. So now we know how much we're gonna need and what, but as far as the panels in that building, they're obsolete. We gotta get rid of them. The only thing we need now is 110 hour for that solar beam. Once we kind of eliminate them, that big bulbs that are, you know,
Okay, but San Isabel had, go ahead, tell him what San Isabel said.
So basically, Matt and Chuck from San Isabel both did come in here and talk to me at separate times. Both of them are recommending to keep the 440 amp until we figure out down the road what we'll need to do.
yes,
So the solar bee is kind of a little temporary Band-Aid, and it's not really sufficient to keep the ponds clean. So right now, I think it's probably a good idea to hold off on the electrical, but I'm wondering if the board, since the solar bee is missing the panel, and I know you and Mr. Romero said it would move and wires would jiggle off. He's willing to, Chuck said he could get a panel and fix whatever wiring to keep it running, for, I believe the bid's $400, which was way cheaper. I think Sarah got a bid for a solar panel, just for the panel, for $1,200.
Yeah.
but Matt and Chuck and I decided to just take loose off of the pole. Not just disconnect the power off the pole and not, we won't have no power going to the building.
Right.
But everything's gonna stay intact till we find out more. Right now, what we need is 110. But they're gonna leave everything intact. All they're gonna do is loosen the wires from the main pole. So we don't have nothing then. But we need it, all they have to do is connect it up there.
And what they told me from San Isabel is to run just the 110 power, they're gonna have to put a new pole and a new 220 meter. And only San Isabel can do that. He said it was gonna be roughly $8,000 to have that done.
No, we're gonna go straight off at the pole where we had. We're not gonna mess with that.
And according to him, he said to put the pole, the meter, and to put in the 110 power, it's gonna be $8,000. He said Chuck can't do that he doesn't have the licensing with the state, and only San Isabel can. So, I mean, if you're still wanting to do 110 power, it's gonna be about $8,000 through San Isabel.
I'm gonna meet Chuck this week, hopefully next week. And we're gonna go down and look at the solar bee, and that way, because we didn't know how much power we were gonna need. But now we know that, but the only thing they're gonna do, San Isabel, is take disconnect the power on the pole. They're not gonna move nothing. You know, it's gonna be intact. That way, when we find out what we need, all they have to do is connect
back
the
up.
wires.
I don't know, I did tell San Isabel needed to be voted on before anything was done. And what Chuck and San Isabel said is that you want to disconnect the power so you can go into the building and tear out all that equipment.
Yeah.
Which I and Chuck and San Isabel thought that some of that equipment may be usable down the line. Right now, we don't know what we're gonna do with the sewer ponds. I mean, what we do need
Now,
to
we
make
just
sure
wanna
is
put a
get this
Band-Aid
going.
on it for now to satisfy the state. You know, get that solar going. What we want to do. But when we went down there, we didn't have the information. Now we have the information that we need. So then we can get to something different like Long Harbor.
I think once we get our audits completed, we can go ahead and apply for, and I know because Greg from Colorado Rural, you know, said there's a possibility the town may be able to get grant money. But like I said, we have to get those audits completed first.
So we're not really gonna move none of the
No.
wires or nothing.
No, so, and, you know, with the 440 at a later date, if we take it out now,
No,
at a
we're not
later
gonna- we're not
date,
gonna-
it would cost us up to $8,500.
No, we're not gonna take it
Reinstall
out.
it. Okay, So then what are we gonna do? Are we going to approve Chuck so he can get that Band-Aid on there?
I'm only seeing one bid here. Is there others?
Yeah, there's two.
Who is the other? I got two from Chuck. Is there another?
Somebody else put in.
I just heard, how is this advertised?
It was advertised in the newspaper.
And we should take 3 bids, right?
But if we don't have 3 bids, the board was gonna go with what they have.
Okay, and then the other part that I heard, because the way that I'm reading this, install 3-phase breaker, install new in use outlet, is Chuck's home repair license and insured to do this?
Yes.
I just heard Ms. Stephanie over here say
He's
that.
not insured to.
He's licensed to
No.
do existing repair work, but he is not licensed to get rid of the 3-phase and put in a 220 meter. San Isabel has to do that.
What's already there as far as electrical, he did take care of it.
I understand.
But as far as, at a later date, he can't do it.
I know we have the obligation to put these things in the paper, but there's several electric companies around that maybe could have gotten called and asked if they wanted to bid on this. Is
No,
that not-
it was in the newspaper, Vernon, and it was at the post office. We can't go out and solicit. And he's the only one corrected, put in for it.
Yes. He's the only bid we've gotten for anything, and we've had several ads around town and out in the newspaper.
But I don't look at the paper for things like that, so I didn't. I was just questioning the process of doing this. To be fair to anyone, I didn't know that you would consider it as soliciting to contact other people for bids. I know when I did construction, every once in a while I get a call saying, hey, this job's coming up, you want to bid? But, I'm not sure of exactly the legal way to do it, but I think there's something in there that we should attempt to get through bids.
It was advertised, and this is the only bid we got.
That makes requirements.
Does.
Just question. Thank you. I don't know if Chuck does good work, so it's nothing against him.
I mean, I would suggest to take his bid to repair the solar panel and get the electrical on the actual solar be fixed, so that at least that can be running. And I know Mr. Barajas and Rich have suggested, worst case, taking the generator out to plug the solar be into right now to get it power until the whole electrical system could be dealt with. So there's 2 bids, one for just the solar panel and then one for all the electrical, but I would suggest that get in at least to get this replaced. And I think Sarah had looked with, I'm not sure where she got the bid, but she could only find the solar panel in one place for like $1,200. Chuck looked and found it. He said he can get it for $400 plus repairing whatever faulty wires are on the solar bead. And I mean, it's a short-term fix, but I mean, right now it's not working at all, so.
I'll make a motion, we approve this initial bid just to get the solar bead back up to what it should be running for now. The $400 bid.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Rojas,
Yes.
Ms. Gelman,
Yes.
Mr. Thorne,
Just for the $400 bid?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Trill.
Yes.
Okay, we have bid for county road water line dig. This company had bid previously, but they misunderstood what the work that it was gonna take. So their new bid is $18,000. It's 18,565, but I also had a suggestion because we're having such an issue with fiber optic. So my suggestion is that we get a
Easement for the property owners.
each one, get an easement, and instead of, going there and cutting on the lines, because, it's such a costly and nobody wants to do the project. So if we can get an easement from the property owners, go right inside their property, and I mean, it would be in their best interest also, because they will all get a new water line. And then the water line would run from Aspen to on Bakeries. And we figured that was how many feet?
2,000 some feet.
So would Rich be digging this then, or?
No.
No, we'll get to that one, but that was the other. So we have right now what we're using, or what we want to use, is we have $14,000 to get this repaired. Okay. This company is asking $18,565. So if the board went with this, the town would have to pick up the difference. And that 14,000 comes from that water grant that was given to the town of Aguilar in December. And we have till December to use this up.
And also, this is just 18,000 is just for them to dig the line from Aspen and Fir out to Bagley's. That's
They're
it,
not gonna
just to
install
dig
the
it.
line.
And
They're not
initially,
gonna backfill it either.
no, and initially we thought we could have Derek and Rich do the work, but now that Derek's not working with us,
So do
I
have
think
an
we should
estimate
probably
on
table
work?
it because
Do we have an estimate on work that needs to be done on top of this?
No, because what happened is we were just needing somebody to dig it up. Okay, and we don't have anybody to dig it up because that was the issue, is nobody wants to mess with the, there was, even in, wasn't there one in Levita also that, I don't know, I think they might have had another one, but nobody wants to mess with that, line because it's so sensitive and if they hit it, it's gonna be a mess.
Right.
So that's why I suggested maybe we went into just right along the property owners with an easement and put everybody a new line, but we don't, and then just close that line. And then that way we don't take risks.
What's our legalities about that? Can we just ask property owners, can we put this through your property, or
We,
is this legal?
to get an easement, I don't know for sure, but we could look into it.
And honestly, we try to not do that. I mean, we try to not go into the property line, and so this is probably something that Adam, the attorney, would have to
Look into it.
advise that. But it was a suggestion. The problem is there's so much fiber optic where this line is, and nobody wants to dig it for us, the few people
That's why
that
it's
have
so
been
costly.
interested.
Before, the guy said, what, he thought it was,
He thought
and
it
it was
was,
$85,000.
yeah, and he thought it was to
Way
install
above our
everything.
reach.
Yeah, and I understand that even the 85,000 fiber optics are hard to get into, but like I was saying, it's, you need a complete cost analysis and something from Andy.
Well, we have to go back and visit that further because we don't have our other utility worker, and so that's where that changed.
So this is something we're not gonna vote on tonight, just
No.
conversation.
Cable, just wanted to let you know we did get an update, but that's not gonna work
Lower
either.
bid, and that's just the bid from Aspen to Bailey's.
Good information, I'm glad to have it.
So, I get a motion to table,
I'll make a motion to table it. We'll get
and
more
I don't know if the board wants to put this out for bid again, or do you want, I don't know, if, to get somebody to come out and look at it, give us an estimate, and then put the bid out, I don't know, however.
Wouldn't it be better to talk to the owner first? The landowners and get,
No, first we have to find out what we have to do, and
Yeah.
then we can present it to the property owners and see, what they say.
and then
Going
we can
inside.
put it up for bid.
Yeah, going inside the property line, and I don't know the legal issues, but I'm sure that if there's fences involved, that's what we additional
Yeah,
cost.
But that would be like, they go into, say, here is their property line. So then they would just go like right inside the fence and just go there instead of out here where all the other lines are and they don't have the mess. It would just be a straight.
So we wouldn't be taking down any fences going under.
I don't think so. We might, I think there's a couple of them that they would have to probably, just go under. But I mean, I don't believe that it's like, a big,
It's a needed
but then
project.
I don't dig, so.
It's a needed project, and I'd like to table it until we get more information.
Second,
Mr. Barajas,
yes.
Ms. Galvin,
Yes.
Mr. Thornton,
Yes.
Mr. Trivial.
Yes.
So tabling it, are we gonna get somebody to come out and look at it?
And is there a way we
We
can
don't
have?
even know how many feet, to be honest with you.
Do we have a way to put in a better process of attracting more contractors? I mean, I know acceptable, the paper advertising and all that, but how do we get it to where that we'll get better price if we get more contractors bidding on the job? I think.
I think I mentioned this to you before. We have had a lot of people that do not want to work with the town of Baylor because there's a lot of negative things out there on social media and they refuse to work with us. We even contacted one of the cities, and I'm not saying what city, to come and help us with some water meters, and they refused because of the incident that happened at one there or at Oso Beach or when that gas one, and it was all over Facebook and everything, and they're like, they're not gonna subject their employees to that.
We done without it. I won't go into it, but yeah, it's up to the town and for us to be on our toes on what's legal or not, and what was put out to people was a riser was knocked over when it was actually 85 foot.
That
gas
wasn't
line.
the one, it was, the one before when they were building, not the one recently.
No, one before that, whenever, because I was involved in that, and it was a riser that the people were told was replaced.
Okay,
Only
but
the
the thing
pictures
is-
will show you that it was like 80 foot of gas line. We were lied to, and yes, I did go off. And I wasn't on the council at the time. I was a citizen worried about my money and my safety. And I got every right to do that. Even on the council, I've got the right to say these things.
Well, and let me tell you what else happened. One of the workers that did come out and help out, they got dinged by PUC.
And they should have to get
Because-
home.
Well, they did because somebody, it was an 811 dig, they have the paperwork, everything. But anyway, that's not, I'm just saying
Let me
what
remind
the
you, because
issue
I,
is.
and this is just old business and really shouldn't be going this far,
Right.
but I was on that call and they did not call. 811 said that. It was just a correction that the town needed to make. And again, I wasn't on the council. I was a citizen concerned because of a gas leak in my neighborhood that replaced 84 the gas line that wasn't the riser that we were told. I was on that phone call.
And now, can we move on? We need to get some of this other things taken care of, but other than all this stuff in the past, let's leave it in the past. Let's move on and get this stuff taken care of.
I agree, so let's move on to approval of bills. That one, we already, removed it on the agenda. Bye, have a good evening, goodbye. Are you just slip it? Any questions? Nobody has any questions, can I get a motion to approve the bills? Second? Roll call?
Mr. Bravos.
Yes.
Ms. Galvin. Yeah. Mr. Thorne.
Give me a second. I see in here we're paying the town attorney $5,000 a month now.
Yes.
Is there any other councilman that's in line on those communications or?
No.
Town council absolutely did vote for 2 people to be on that and us to get a copy of the emails each month so that everyone here knows what's going on legally with the town and why we're spending
It's
so
been
much.
presented to the board, whatever is in this house.
And, where's it? I don't see it. It's not my packet.
For what?
You said it's been presented to the board.
Whatever I discussed with the attorney, I bring it to the board.
Okay, where's here? Where's that?
He's been doing our resolutions and stuff for us. He's gonna be working on our ordinances. The board approved it.
Okay.
And so the $5,000, let me tell you, so we have his fees and we're also paying a little extra. So it's gonna be $7,000 to $10,000 for us to upgrade our ordinances. And it will be for the 5 months to get it corrected. And so we've been paying extra, so that way we don't really miss it, and we're gonna be high
miss a meeting, and I'll go back, because I usually watch them on Zoom, just so I keep up with what's going on. That's something that I haven't
There's
seen.
a difference also, Mr. Thorne. When you do Zoom, you have to do the link and get on there. And then you can participate in the meetings. And you can do it from home. And when you just watch it, that's not participating in a meeting.
But yeah, what I said was not participate, but watch. But it's not-
Everything that has gone on that needs, I present it to the board.
I was just saying
I
that
shared it with
is-
them in the ordinances or, any of that.
I just asked a question.
This is what I'm saying. I mean, and here's also a letter that should have been in your packets.
The other one, Diamond T Enterprises. This one I know, I haven't seen or watched or heard of a signed contract with Ken Torres, which would be Diamond T, and that's a lot of money. So how are we on that contract, and when did the council approve it?
Okay, I think we need to, I'm gonna go back and dig this up. So if you need, I will go dig it up, not today, but I'll present it to you at the special meeting. Because I keep having this thing over and over with the board.
The board asked for a new contract to be wrote. I mean,
There's been a new contract that's been written.
has it been signed? Excuse me, you haven't been signed?
Yes, it's signed.
It is signed.
Yeah, the board had approved it back in October.
Okay.
But
well,
anyway, we're on to the bills here. We're
Oh,
not
no,
discussing.
oh, no, we're not. No, we're not. Because back in October, that did not come to the council for approval.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, okay, then let's set up some kind of special meeting to go over
We have
specifically
a
this.
special meeting August the 12th. We'll do it then. We'll have
Please
them
put
put
it
it
on
on
the
the
thing.
agenda.
And please bring the contract and please bring the video where that was done, because I'm calling you on that, but that
Go
happened.
ahead. I'm good.
October when? Excuse me.
I don't know. I'll have to go look at the date. I don't have it written on me.
The meeting is October 12th.
October 12th.
That was the end of the month. I thought.
No, the
Oh.
next meeting,
August 12th.
August 12th. I'm sorry,
August 12th.
August 12th.
Don't get confused.
I'm sorry.
So
And
can I
then
get approval of the bills?
Well, we're waiting.
We got a first, a second. Roll call.
Mr. Thorne?
Yes,
Yeah,
Mr.
it was
Trio.
to me, and then I started asking questions because I didn't have time to read this really. So, but yeah. I'll-
On, resolution number 2025 R-71, a resolution of the town board of Aguilar updating the fees due for water and gas service in the town of Aguilar, whereas section 13-4 of municipal code allows the board of trustees to establish rates for services to be established by resolution, and whereas the board desires to update the fees to be paid by customers for water and gas utility services provided by the town after the date of this resolution, and now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby establishes utility fees as follows. Water rates for water use usage up to 3,000 gallons per water meter supplied by the town. The fee shall be $60 for taps located inside town limits and $75 for taps located outside of the town limits. There shall also be a $40 maintenance fee. For any usage from 3,001 gallons to 50,000, the fee shall be $5 per 1,000 gallons. For any usage above 50,001 gallons, the fee shall be $10 per 1,000 gallons. The new water tap fees for any water tap within the town limit shall be $5,000 with a $2,000 connection fee. The new water tap fees for any new water tap located outside of the town limit shall be $6,000 with a $2,000 connection fee. Gas rates. The gas rates will be changed as follows. Customer charge $10. 1 unit of gas per MCF is $5.06. Tax price MCF will be 38 cents. The new gas tap fees for new gas tap within the town limits shall be $2,000 with a $1,000 connection fee. The new gas tap fees for any gas tap located outside the town limits shall be $3,000 with a $1,000 connection fee. Adopted and passed by a majority vote of those elected to the town board this 22nd day of July 2025. Motion to accept the resolution number 2025 SR-71.
I make a motion that we accept resolution number 2025 R-7,
second it.
Before you vote, this is a lot of money. What are we doing to justify this amount? A lot of places don't cost that much. I'm reading that you buy the tap, then what are you buying actually if you still got a $2,000 connection fee on top of a $5,000 tap fee? I don't understand. Buying the tap within that it's not installed, so you're actually just buying the meter for $5,000? I'm not understanding the reading of it. Stephanie, did you know?
Yes, the $5,000 is just a fee for the privilege of tapping onto the town's water system. $2,000 connection fee should cover the cost of any parts, labor, or installing it. So we raised it from $3,000 just for the tap fee without any connection charge, and the board has gone over this for the past 3 months at every meeting and has already voted to approve it. So it's the privilege of tapping onto the water system is what the tap fees are, and the same for the sewer and gas.
What has
As much as
happened?
everyone hates me asking questions, I have a feeling that I'm working for the people sitting out here, and I'm just asking the questions so that they know. Because I did watch this, and it did pass, and I'll more than likely approve it also. It's just, sometimes people need information to feel comfortable with it. There's a lot of money we passed, and it's needed to be done. I was just wondering,
What happened is the town, every time they were installing a new meter, and between that and the connection fee and everything, the town was eating up all the extra costs. They weren't even charging enough for the meter itself. The meter itself runs almost $2,000, right?
For all the parts,
That's just the meter.
for
And
everything
that's not
it's too.
all the extras.
And I would like to thank you for that. That was a very good professional explanation. And I think the people have great hearing.
And I think that is why, a lot, like with the fees, with the water rates and everything, it's because none of this stuff has been done in the past. And so now this is where the board looks bad. You know, people are saying we're pumping money here because we're charging, but that's not true. There's water meters and everything that need to be replaced. And so with that, we got that grant that I know you were here when we talked about that 25. So we had, you know, we were working and we start replacing meters. And then we came across the issue on that corroded line on Aspen and
Sure.
the county road. And so that money had to go, instead of spending it on meters and that, so then it went
See, but from my one question, a lot of people got answers that was very professional, and it helped a lot of people understand who they're going to have to pay this much more. It was very professional. Thank you for doing it.
But they can always call town hall. The girls know, and they fit on saying, you know, they question, like the water rates. You know, we actually had a better, from the people, they were better, you know, we thought they were gonna be really upset now, but, you know, they understand that, you know, the rates had not been increased. These water, do you know that they didn't even charge for gas meters and installation? I mean, none of that stuff was.
But by talking it out as we're doing right now is exactly the way that we should be doing it. The people hear from us the explanation to it. Actually, I knew the answer before I asked it. But you answered it professionally, and everyone else out here now doesn't have to call up here because you gave a professional answer. Thank you.
Not only that, Mr. Thorne, but we've had a couple of meetings already. I mean, we've offered some dummies and, you know, I was a little surprised because we didn't have as many people come in.
And the meetings I watched, the question that I asked wasn't asked at the meetings. So I just asked a question, yeah, and that I ask questions, and I know I catch a lot of heck word, but I ask good questions. Whether people like the question or not, or the question offends them, I ask good questions.
Well, that's the only way anybody's gonna know anything is by the question.
Thank you. I
And we
agree.
did have to do a lot of research before we even came up with this. You know, we had to go back and see costs that were accumulating, and we're getting in the hole and we can't afford it anymore. We have to,
Exactly, see, but no one else knew that. They didn't know about it, not the gas meter. They didn't, you know, so what they do now, that looks favorable on us as a group by sitting here and speaking of this, which we should do a lot more of.
well, you know, we've held meetings and we've invited the public to come to these meetings. And then some people don't come. Only when things get passed and then they come a little irate and upset because they're constant. They don't realize what it.
But as we get better, they will get better. But we have to correct us first.
And that's what we're trying to do. Huh?
Thank you. I vote yes. I think it was my vote. yes.
Mr. Rojas?
Yes.
Ms. Galvin?
Yes.
Mr. Thorne?
Yes.
Mr. Trivet?
Yes.
Okay, on D, ordinance 290 revenue fund, we're gonna have to table that, till our special meeting. Hopefully we'll get the rest of, this is for, when they started the augmentation fund, there was, coding that the town got that, loan from. And so this bond will help USDA pay off that loan. But it was sent to the attorney for review and it didn't get back in time. So present it to the board in the special meeting. So if I could get a motion to table that for August the 12th.
I think we should table that.
Roll call.
Mr. Rojas?
Yes.
Ms. Galvin?
Yes.
Mr. Thorne?
Yes.
Mr. Trudeau.
Yes.
Okay. For request rates, they've gone up since last July, and the town is still charging $25 for these are the fees that the town charges now.
Are we getting any better on these car requests?
We hadn't had any. The last week,
But they're being filled.
they're getting done. Oh, there's a correction there. We don't have a notary, and it's not $5 per signature. Sorry,
So no notary service.
I'm there, I have my own notary. I don't have my notary through the town of Baylor. I've had my notary from, goodness, probably 2003.
Should one of the people in our office be,
Naturally. But I didn't do a notary, they'll just call me and then I'll come and meet them here.
but would there be a conflict with soliciting services? Doesn't matter.
How they want their papers notarized.
I go to the bank and notarize mine. It'd be more convenient to do it here. Like, is it hard for,
I do the towns, whatever the town has to notarize, I will do it for free. The customers,
I'd like to make a
I charge.
statement here if it's okay, that I would prefer to finish my sentence before it's answered.
are you gonna finish?
You'd already answered this. I didn't want to go back on it, but yeah, I did have a second question.
So we're asking the board to change, the core request from $25 an hour to $41.37 to be at state level. Colorado Open Records is $41.37 as of July 1st, 2024. This rate applies after the first hour of research and retrieval, which must be provided at no charge. Several government entities in Colorado have already adopted the new maximum rate.
I'd like to make a motion to accept.
Second,
Mr. Bronis,
Yes.
Ms. Galvin,
Yes.
Mr. Thorne,
Yes.
Mr. Trudeau.
Nelson, will this go into effect?
last July. It was changed and we hadn't done it.
But the August or?
It's been,
Or 7/23?
okay. Effective 7/23. get a motion to accept the resignation letter from Mr. Romero?
Motion we accept Mr. Romero's resignation.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Ross.
Yes.
Ms. Gilman,
Yes.
Mr. Thorne,
Regretfully, yes.
Mr. Trill.
Yes.
You can give it to the board. I asked the board to, make a motion to accept letters of intent, so that way we can publish it for the state of Mr. Romero. That's giving you a copy of the letter that will be published for letters of intent for, to fill Mr. Romero's seat. And that seat will run through the 2028.
Through the, yeah.
2028.
Yeah.
Your seats. 20. Motion to publish the letters of intent or the letter of intent.
Make the motion to publish this.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Rojas.
Yes.
Ms. Gilman,
Yes.
Mr. Thorne,
Yes.
Mr. Trill.
Yes.
Before you, you have a letter of resignation from Derek Marcus. And a motion to accept his resignation.
Make a motion to accept the resignation of Derek Marcus.
Second.
Who?
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Rojas,
Yes.
Ms. Gilman.
Yes.
Mr. Thorne,
Yes.
Mr. Trill.
Yes.
Under correspondence, last meeting, or our last regular meeting, the board approved the contract for SGM agreement for professional services. The one thing that they questioned was their fees, if they have to come out to Aguilar or any of that. But in the letter, it says that they will call the town and they can make some adjustments. really, I don't see them coming out. Having to come out once the augmentation on is completed.
Company located in Marshall County.
It's
Glenwood Springs.
Glenwood.
Yeah.
Is that Marshall County? So I don't know if you watched our last meeting where SGM is doing the water contracts because the state doesn't want to do it anymore for us for free.
Yes.
That's what that is. So the board just had a question about their charges, but they will contact the town before there's anything that's, approved or that they, but I don't really see them coming out. So that was it for SGM. And if there's nothing else, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'd like to bring
Excuse me. I cannot come to get my property tomorrow yet.
Ma'am, we're trying to finish our meeting.
Why can't I get it
You
now?
already had your say, Donna.
I'm
Sorry.
asking to get my property now. Why?
Can I give a motion
Sheriff
to
here tomorrow.
adjourn?
When you're in.
Before you do this, though, let me just ask this, because it's come up 3 months, and it's always about the trustee seat, and I'd like to make a remark on that, just because of the multiple times it's up here. I understand the importance of the council, but I do also understand the legalities of replacing me, and I would ask that before I go through this embarrassment again, that I receive a letter at least telling me what you think that I've done wrong. Because what was said the last time was, I don't care. And that's what was voted on. And I very much care. I care about the town. I care about the council. I care about Mr. Rodriguez's property. I care about the water lines. I care about this. I care that this council does as we're supposed to do as a council. And before my name shows up on this again, I want to have to be served a letter and I want to have a hearing. I found nothing, there's no rule that I found that says I can't miss all the meetings I want. And part of this is just it, because we don't do things right. So I'd like to not see my name like that again until something happens. Also, I'd like to see her stuff returned. Thank you.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Okay, before I have one more. Okay, so the board, and I explained it to them at the last meeting. Board did a bid for the road base for Badino Trucking, okay? The board approved $180. We got a bill for $443.92. We only paid $180. But I'm gonna tell you, we didn't get a way bill to speak of, to show proof, because there already was some road base there. So there's no proof.
So what?
Now, he wants to know if we want to pay him or should he go get it? And who's to say Rich isn't here, but who's to say that that's what he brought? I don't know.
Was it a contract error, a weight error?
I don't know. And actually, the way this was is Badino Trucking bid on it, and Leone was going to deliver The board decided to go with Barbino Trucking because it was cheaper and he was not going to charge for delivery. And then when the time came, well, he would bring it, he wouldn't bring it. And then Rich asked him, and he said, we'll go down and pick it up. And I said, no, they have no business down there picking it up. That wasn't the agreement we had. And so then he went and dumped some on there, and what he dumped, I don't know. I can't tell you
So
because
because there was no way bill waiting the truck.
there is
before it
no
got-
way Bill saying that that's what he brought us, so.
Is that can he come to the council? Tell us what's going on with it?
And I think the problem is that he was only approved to bring 10 tons for $180. He brought 24.5 tons for 400 and some
With no
dollars.
way Bill.
So
Yeah, so
There's no proof.
So that actually kills the rest of it.
I don't know. I can't tell you, Vernon, if he does or doesn't, because
Can we ask him to come here and talk to the
there's
council?
no way bill. Why can't he just provide the town a way bill saying that's, what he had picked up and that's what he brought us, but
Well, if you're saying there's a delivery of this many tons and it's only supposed to, there's no delivery of material, it appears. Can we ask him to come here and tell us why?
And I believe he either wants the payment for the other 14.5 tons or he'll go pick it up. But
We're talking
so
about
how's he gonna know what he's gonna pick up?
yeah, I
Rich
don't know.
has already used some, and there was already some, so how do we know what was already there? How do we know what he brought? I don't know what he brought, because I didn't see him, Rich didn't see him.
And Joanne, he said you should go do plenty of business with the town, but this is obviously something that there's a problem with, so let's ask him to come in and talk to us and work through it professionally to find out what happened and do safeguards so that it doesn't happen again. It doesn't seem like a big issue to me other than talking to the contractor.
Well, I'm just saying that we're only gonna pay what the board approved. And the board only approved, what was it?
So when he called today, he said that he didn't realize the board only approved the 10 ton, he went a truckload, which he said was the 24.8 or whatever it was. So what he wanted to know was if we wanted to purchase the other 14 ton or if we wanted him to pick it up.
We could use
That's
it.
what he wants to.
Correct. I mean,
Yeah.
So it's something that we can talk to him and work it out, and it's not an issue.
Because, the town has already spoken for,
But it seems to be a misunderstanding that if you don't have a good understanding.
no, I
between
think the
parties,
thing is,
how is it a
Vernon,
contract?
we just don't do things like they used to do before. Yeah, okay, go ahead, we'll pay it,
Oh, see, but I didn't say that. I said.
I
can we
didn't
get
say
him here
that you
and
said
talk
that.
to the
What I'm
council?
saying is all these vendors have been used to, they're gonna do things their way, but the board approved that $190. And then all of a sudden, they get a bill for $443.
Which
If
seems to be a
he,
simple
but Bertie, if he
misunderstanding.
was going to do that, he should have let us know beforehand. And then we could have brought it to the board and let him know before he went and dumped it, or
Okay.
whatever he
Then
dumped.
you're saying that you
Well,
personally tried to
that should
jack
have
the
a
bill up.
label.
I
should have
say
a way
there
bill.
should be a way bill, but,
But that's the questions we could ask the man if we just ask him to come here, because if we're going to require a way bill, the contract should be more clear. If there was misunderstanding, if it was, he's going to do business with us in the future, so why cause any bad feelings with it? When it's just conversation between grown-ups.
that was what he submitted to the board. That's what the board approved.
This isn't the first time he's done it for the town, is it? Done it prior.
I don't know.
And so, okay, just glancing at it, could you hand it to me? $18 a ton, 10 tons is $180. So if he delivered 20 tons, then that would still be $18 a ton at $180 for 10 tons. I see big problems with the contract. It's being just a simple misunderstanding. Look, his handwriting, this is what it said, road base,
I
$18
know what
a
it
ton,
says,
10
Mr.
tons,
Thorne.
180.
The question is, there is no way bill, and there, you know, if he went and dumped off, this is what I'm saying. Then, you know what, he should have called us if that's what he was gonna do. Send us a bill for $443 instead of
But you put this,
$190.
you put this through here like this, the guy that's done business with the town, will continue doing business with the town, is gonna feel like that he's been stiff. If I turn this in, first, it's not a very good written contract, and second, it says exactly what he's saying. $18 a ton for 10 tons, $180. If you receive 20 tons, then you owe him double that.
But the thing of it is, Mr. Carter, that he agreed to a certain amount. And-
That doesn't say that he agreed to a certain amount.
But the document does, it says 18, it says there that he's gonna be $18
A ton,
a ton. So he was only supposed to give us 10 tons.
that's
That
not
was
what
it.
this says. That's why there could be a misunderstanding, that by asking him to come here to simply be worked out.
We can ask him to come, I mean, that's not an issue, but I'm
Well,
saying.
before we have a big problem with the contractor that does business here with us, before we stiff him on post delivered, it's only fair to let him say what he wants. And after seeing this, I side with him, because that's $18 a ton, 10 tons, $180. So if he gave you 20 tons, it's
But we didn't
double
ask
that.
for 20 tons, and there was no indication of 20 tons on there. It's just 10.
But there's no indication of not 20 tons
But
on there either.
it's just 10, sir.
That's
I mean,
why
we
a
can-
contract,
We can get him to come in and talk, that's not a problem, but I'm
well,
just
I
saying.
would rather
without
do that than
the state.
stiffing
Yeah.
and.
We're not sticking him.
Are we paying?
Do you have proof that that's what he brought to the town of Bangor? No, we don't. We don't have proof. We don't have proof.
Before the contract started, what did you report? I mean, it's.
That's what he gave us, that he would bring to the county. If there's no other questions, I get a motion
Make a motion.
to adjourn
I already motioned.
That's it.
a special meeting. We'll do, executive session then. Roll call?
Mr. Barajas?
Yep.
Ms. Gelman?
Yeah.
Mr. Thorne?
Yes.
Mr. Treehouse?
Yes.
Meeting adjourned.
Can't come tomorrow.
Okay, what time?
1:00.
I will call the sheriff's department.
I won't be here all day, I work.
You have to be here.
I have to be at work.